The Secret to Happiness. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, there lived a wise and kind old lady who was always happy. The villagers adored her and often sought her advice, amazed by her constant cheerfulness. One day, a curious young man from the village asked, "Why are you always so happy? No matter what happens, you never seem sad. Don't bad things affect you?" The old lady smiled gently and replied, "My dear, life is full of ups and downs. Some days bring joy and others bring sorrow. But I've learned that true happiness comes from within, not from the world around us." Puzzled, the young man asked, "What do you mean? How can you stay happy when bad things happen?" The old lady shared her story. "When I was young, I had a loving family, a husband and children. Though we weren't wealthy, we were happy. One day, my husband became gravely ill, and we couldn't afford the medicine he needed. Despite all our efforts, he passed away. It was the darkest time of my life. I cried endlessly, convinced I'd never be happy again. But as time passed, I realized that my sorrow wouldn't bring him back. My children needed me, and I needed to find joy again. I began to see life differently. I understood that while bad moments will always come, I could choose not to let them take away my happiness." The young man listened intently and asked, "But how did you manage to make that choice?" The old lady's eyes twinkled as she explained, "Every morning I wake up and tell myself, 'Today is a new day, and I will find something to be happy about.' Some days it's the sunshine. Other days it's a blooming flower or a kind word from a friend. No matter how small, there's always something to be grateful for." The young man paused, then asked, "But what about truly terrible days? How can you still find happiness then?" "It's not always easy," she said, "but I remind myself of this truth. Everything passes, even the hardest moments. When bad things happen, I tell myself, 'This too shall pass.' Instead of focusing on what's wrong, I look at what's still right: my health, my friends, or simply the gift of being alive. Happiness is a choice. You can focus on the bad and feel sad, or you can search for the good and feel happy. It's not easy, but it's always possible." The young man thanked the old lady and decided to try her advice. From that day on, he looked for something good in every situation. Slowly, he realized his life began to feel lighter and brighter. Even when things went wrong, he found joy in the little things. The old lady's wisdom spread throughout the village, teaching others that happiness isn't about possessions or circumstances. It's about perspective. The villagers began to embrace gratitude, and the entire village became a happier, kinder place. Happiness is a choice that comes from within. No matter how difficult life may seem, we can find joy in the small things and choose to focus on the good. Life's challenges will pass, but a positive attitude helps us stay strong and content.